Well, this has been a long, arduous job. I thought I'd make a little film of what's happened actually, which is what the problem was, that on my caravan I've got some problems with the lights. What the real problem is that the two lights at the back don't work. The running lights, the rear lights and the brake lights don't work, but the winkers work. So let's just go through what I've done so far. The first thing I did was that I took the backlights off, cleaned the bulbs, and I found out they were a little bit rusty. Didn't worry about it too much, put them back in, cleaned off the rust off the connectors, put them all back together again. Then I tracked underneath the caravan to see what was going on, where it came in from the car, went into the caravan, into the fuse box, and then it follows right under the caravan, coming out at these ones here. But the funny thing is that the running lights, the indicator lights on the side of the caravan, they work fine. But it's really funny because the ones on the side work fine, but the brake lights and the running lights don't work at all, which is really strange. But now I've found out that in these caravans there's a slightly complicated circuit, in that the power comes in from the car and then it goes into the fuse box, and then from the fuse box it then splits into two sections. One section which does these tail lights here, and that's by one plug on the fuse box, and another plug on the fuse box goes to the lights that are around the sides and at the top of the caravan. The fact that the ones at the top are working but not the ones at the back makes me think that it's just the one branch that is broken. So for what I've been doing today, well, first of all, foolishly, I replaced the fuse box. That was my first job, and we'll have a look at that in a minute. But I replaced the fuse box. That cost £40 or £49. It seemed like successful to start. Well, I put in the fuse tester, the tester that you can buy on Amazon, and I put that on, and I put it on and it worked fine, but when I plugged my car into it, it didn't work. So it was really frustrating. So having spent £40–50 on that, I've now been down to this car salvage place and got some new lights. So I don't know whether this is going to work, but before I went to get the new lights, I rigged up a testing thing so that I tested if the line was broken between the back between the fuse box of the caravan and here, and I'll just show you how I've done that, because I think it's quite interesting. I don't know whether it might be interesting to somebody who's watching how I've done it, but let me just show you. Right, so what I've rigged up is, on the one hand, I've got the tester on one end, the multimeter, then the other end of the multimeter is connected to a big long cable, and this cable goes all the way down here. There we go. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to go inside the caravan and have a look at the fuse box and how you get to it. This is where it lives inside. You can see in here, that's where the fuse box lives. You can get at it from the outside. I thought I'd just show you the back of the fuse box and what's going on, and how I'm going to test whether the wires are working from the front of the caravan to the back of the caravan, which I think they are, because I can't see any reason why they're broken. But this was what I decided to do after replacing the fuse box and finding out that actually replacing the fuse box made absolutely no difference. It was exactly the same problem as well, which was really frustrating. But so now let's have a look. Now what I've done here, now on the back of this fuse box normally lives in there. Oops, better not take that out. So to take out the tester wire from earlier, there we go. So this fuse box normally lives in there. So you take these 4 little screws out, and there we go, and then you can get things. Normally the fuses are in here. As you can see, you change these fuses if they blow. You can lean in from the outside and change them. But I've replaced the whole fuse box. It had nothing to do with my problem at all. But I suppose I've got a nice new fuse box now, and I'm £49 worse off. But there you go. So I've got this now, and in the back of this fuse box, let's just check if you can see that. Yep. These plugs go in the back of there, and there we go. So these plugs go in there. Now this big plug here, this is the road running lights. You can see that one there. That's the road running lights. This one is for the marker lights on the side of the caravan, and so these ones work because the lights on the side of the caravan are working, but these ones, this one, there's something wrong with this. So I've rigged up this tester cable. So I've got my one tester here connected to the long piece of wire that you saw earlier. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this into the number. Now, I know that the red one there, that's the brake lights, that one is. Okay, so I've looked at the map which I've got from Sargent online. I'll put that up for you to see as well. And the red one is the brake lights. I think the brown one, the right hand side, the near side, yeah, near side, the near side lights. The white one is the earth, and the white one is always the earth on these caravans. That's for one of their little standards that they have. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in this tester here. I'm going to push that in there, give that a good contact, and then what we need to do now is go right back to the back of the caravan where the multimeter is and test. So now we're outside. We're just going to test the thing. So I've got the cable from the front of the caravan that I've plugged into the circuit board, and now I've got the tester here, and I'm going to put the tester into the socket here. As you can see, at the moment it's reading something like 16.8. Don't know why it reads that, but it reads 16.8 when it's not connected to anything. I'm sure your multimeter will be totally different to that, but it doesn't really matter. So first of all, we've got to take the socket out, or take the bulb holder out. By the way, you can't actually buy these bulb holders, these Yotl bulb holders. Can't really buy them on their own. So if you have got corroded ones like I have, you've actually got to replace the whole set. You can't buy just these grey bits. So to get them out, you have to squeeze them really hard. Sometimes they're really stuck in, whoops, and you have to pull them really hard, and then they come out. And I don't know if you can see, but that one is quite corroded in there, and that is, I believe, one of the problems. Now what we need to do now is I've plugged in at the fuse board, I've got the multimeter, I've got this here. So what I need to do now is plug this in to the one that goes to the red. See, that one goes to the red there, this one is here. Plug it in there, whoops, there we go. Oh, there we go, and 0, 0, 0. That means that it's a straightforward thing. So that means that this cable is absolutely fine. So having tested that, I now come to the conclusion that actually there's nothing really wrong with the cabling or the what they call it, the, can't remember what they call it now, wiring harness, that's the word. So there's nothing wrong with the wiring harness. It's very well protected as it comes underneath the caravan. I might put in a little photo of how it comes down to the back here, but it's unlikely that so much wrong with that, although something could damage it, I'm sure, and that's why I've done this test here to see if it's damaged. So I now concluded from this that because probably if I tested all these other wires, they would all be fine as well, but I can't be bothered to do that. So I'm going to just plug in the new lamps that I bought from the caravan salvage place, and then see how it goes from there. Here are there's my old one. As you can see, it's letting some water in, and that's what's causing the corrosion and everything. I've been down to the caravan salvage place and got myself 2 new ones, or newish anyway, they look new, off, you know, a damaged caravan or something. These, if I wanted to buy these new, they're still available new, they cost about £115. These ones were in the caravan centre or caravan breakers thing. They were marked up at 79, but he gave me 2 for 60. He was making plenty of money on them anyway, but I could have got new ones, but I thought I want them now, and so I've got them. So let's get the one that's the right one. Wrong one. Here we go. Let's have a look. Here we go. Nice new thing. So what we've got to do is plug these in first. Now, which ones go where? Well, what I've actually done is I've taken a photograph of what they looked like before. We know that this one, here we go. So let's have a look. The triple one, that goes on there. Does it matter which way it goes? Probably. I suppose it can only go on one way. Let's have a look. If I put it upside down, it doesn't go on that way. It only goes on that way because it's got these little grooves here that make it so that it only goes one way. There we go. So push that one on. Now I've got to figure out which of these are which. And I could go with the wiring diagram, or I could go with the photograph. So I'll go and get both of those now. So I've got the wiring diagram. I could look at that. It's all on there, all the detail. Or I could look at the photograph, which I took, luckily I took before I took these off. Let's have a look. There we go. Essentially, the yellow and white one goes on the end. Blue and white one, that goes on the end. There we go. And if we look on here we can see that the yellow and white one is the indicator, and sure enough it's the yellow one on the back, or the orangey one there. The blue and white one, that is the fog light. There it goes, yeah, that's right. And the orange and white one is reverse. So I've done it right, so that's really pleasing. The photo was the best option. These diagrams are extremely complicated. It took me absolutely ages this morning trying to work out what was happening. Oh, it was a nightmare. But taking photographs, much the best idea. Right, so what we need to do now, I think we'll go and do the other one, and then we'll have the moment of truth. We can plug it into the car and keep our fingers crossed and see if it's actually worked, which I doubt it has, but it's been such a long journey this. I've done that, but you never know. £130 or £65 it was, yeah. £130, maybe that's going to fix it. I'll forget about the £49 spent on the new fuse box, which was a total waste of money. So it's getting dark actually, so it should be good to test the lights out. So let's have a look. Where's the other thing? Now let's have a look. There we go. Whew. Right, So I'm not going to screw them back in because you can't wait that long, can you? And nor can I actually, because I want to find out if it actually does work. So what I'm going to do now is plug the car into the front of the caravan. I've set the car up in a way so that it's going to be easy to do it. So let's go and do that now. Right, it is getting a bit dark actually, so that's quite good actually. We'll be able to see if the lights work really well. I'm not holding out much hope to whether it works, but you never know. Let's have a look. It's good. Let's keep our fingers crossed. Oh. Would you believe it? I haven't actually got the car keys. Let's have a look to see if that's worked. Right, so we're ready here now. Let's have a look. No, I've just remembered. I forgot to put the fuse box all back together. That's why it's not working. I can tell that because the lights on the side of the caravan are not working either. So this is turning into an absolute nightmare. Better unplug it now, otherwise it might blow something up if it hasn't already blown up. There we go. So we're back inside now. We've got to put everything back together again and keep our fingers crossed. Let's have a look. There we are. There we are. So that's all ready. I could screw it back in while I'm lying down here, and do you know what? The suspense is killing me. I just can't actually put all this back in. I'm just going to go and plug it in and see if it works. I hope I've got the fuses all right. Let's keep our fingers crossed. So what I've done is I've angled it down now so that I can't see if it's on. That one over there, I might just catch that one over there, but I'll just go around, turn the car on. I won't film that bit this time, so I'm just going to sneak up now. It's recording. I can't see. I've not looked. Let's just have a look. Oh my god, I can't believe it. Oh my god, that's such a long journey, and oh god. So there we are, it all works. I'm so pleased. Oh, I thought somebody was around next door. They could actually press the brake lights so we could test the brake lights, but as it's turned out, that's it. So that's what it was. It was corrosion in the bulb holders. I just needed to buy new lights. 130 quid later, wasted £49 on the fuse box and a lot of effort. It's worth it. I didn't have to take the caravan to get somebody to fix it. So all in all, I'm really over the moon about the whole thing actually. So I hope you enjoyed that. I certainly enjoyed making it, and maybe there's a few things in there that if you've got a problem with your caravan, you might pick up the odd thing, how the things connect. A lot of things I didn't know about. I'm no expert, I'm just a sort of amateur really. Well, I am an amateur, and you know, you might pick up the odd thing about your caravan to help you fix your caravan. So I hope this has been helpful, and happy caravaning. Look at that. How good is that? It even look, I'm even red light district. Perfect. Ah.